So again, the writers are trying to prove a point to us. I'm not sure the point that they're trying to prove, because while I agree with one step, I also believe that the next step can work at that point in time. I don't know. They're trying to use the Amber approach versus the Anthony's approach, and they're saying that there's difference between the two approaches. Well, let's discuss it.
Like this whole restaurant just has your pulse on it.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
Do you have time to talk?
I do.
For a second?
I do.
Okay. So I understand that you and Amber kind of had a little disagreement when it came to the food.
Yeah.
And number one, I want to ensure you that we're not trying to take away anything from your restaurant. We're not trying to do anything like that.
All right. So number one, Anthony's trying to use what is called the sandwich method. Sandwich method is where you put a compliment, critique, compliment. Nothing's wrong with the sandwich method, okay? The problem though with that this creates by not setting precedent very early, okay, which is what Amber was actually trying to do, is that Miss Trishana gets the idea that she hasn't sold the business over. When you sell a business, you no longer own it. But maybe we're just talking out the sides of her neck. Maybe she only sold a percentage of it, and so what you have is a battle of ownership. Maybe that's what's going on.
In saying that, it is our restaurant now, you know, and I know change is hard. You know, something that's been in your family, something that you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into, and then you feel like you're giving it over to somebody else. You don't really know us from a can of paint. But I just want to assure you that only thing we want to do is add to the legacy that you've already established.
Is that the only thing you guys want to do, or would you want to build your own thing? Maybe Amber has an idea of changing it into something else. I know that if I got a restaurant and, you know what I mean, if I didn't like the recipes, I would change the actual recipes and put it to something different, or I would have, you know, probably tweaked the recipes a little bit more and give it a little more differences. So again, while I understand Anthony's use of the sandwich method, I am sort of disagreeing on the lines that he's going down, because I think you could have Miss Trishana getting the wrong impression of what's happening, is what I'm saying. I understand what he's saying, but you could get the wrong impression.
And in business, sometimes, you know, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have different opinions. And that's fine. That's fine. But we all have a common goal. We all want to see this place be bigger, better, and more prosperous than it was before.
Absolutely.
You know? But I have to say that it is our restaurant now, you know, and it's going to take some adjusting and getting used to, but I know that we can all reach that mutual understanding.
So if this is what he's saying he wanted her to do, but again, they could have had this conversation before. Remember, it's a taste test. So in other words, it is giving a, I don't know if I rock with it at all, because okay, you know what? Different strokes, different folks. I'm gonna say it this way: different strokes, different folks. Maybe what they're saying, what the writers are saying, is that Amber tried one approach and the approach was met with a bit of blowback. So you have to try a different approach with Anthony. If that is exactly what the writers are trying to showcase, fine, you are correct. Sometimes you have to change your approach if the approach doesn't work at all. But the truth of the matter is, when you buy a restaurant, it's yours. And that's just the deal of the matter. There's nothing else about it.
Right? It's crazy. I don't even know why I'm compelled to tell you this, but thank you. You know, this isn't just it isn't just a restaurant for me and my wife. Just being full transparent. I haven't always been the best husband, and I've been blessed by God to get redemption, and this restaurant is a piece of that redemption. To get back to Amber and let her run something, and let her feel a part of something. But honestly, I just want to thank you. Thank you for being open to letting us come in and, help this business flourish. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Okay, all this story is good, but I feel like it sets the precedent that, you know, a woman is not able to correct another woman in business. That's kind of what I get from it. Maybe I'm getting something different because Amber offering a certain level of feedback was met with a different kind of force versus Anthony coming in and being met with a different kind of ear. Is it that, women are more susceptible to listening to a man than they would another woman? Ladies, I'm just asking questions here because that is also something else. Again, feel like Trishana as well too. We didn't see enough to really and truly check if that was Amber's only approach as to how to speak about things. The idea is that Amber got a chance to taste test something and she gave a very honest opinion. To be very fair, if you were doing business in Jamaica just the same, and I use Jamaica because we try to use a different place. That's all, guys. So many times that's all I'm doing. The other people from the different countries can tell me. If you were in Jamaica and you're doing a taste test, you're going to get an honest feedback on things. It's not going to come with any, well, no, you're going to get a very honest feedback. You know what? It's a little bit salty. I like it, but it's a little bit salty. You're going to get an honest feedback because that feedback is what we feel like you need. No, I could understand if Amber was screaming and she was tearing up her nose at the food. That would be a different thing, but that really wasn't what Amber was. That really was what she was doing. So I'm not quite certain, but again, maybe they're showing us different strokes, different folks, and different ways of doing things. Give me y'all's take. What y'all think? You prefer this approach or Amber's approach, or is it just business? Because I think it's just business, and at the end of the day, business is just business. Simple as that. Hey, buy the restaurant, it's mine, I own it. We can't do anything more with it. But give me a take. Let me talk to y'all soon.